And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Well, a few things here. I have done a little bit of work, not too much, but I had to tear down the iron and lithium, and I'll show you why in a second. Well, I researched advanced or basic logistics, and that did unlock, if we go all the way down here, the Mark II excavator. However, to build it requires an advanced machine block and an unknown material, and that unknown material is locked behind yet another research. I think it is this one. Yep. It uses these blue lasers. So we're going to need 25 ultimate experimental pods in order to do that. But the advanced machine block is unlocked with metal alloys, which I did go ahead and research. Had to get some more nickel. Had to run down and grab some more nickel because it used pretty much all the nickel I had. So let's see. Do we have to spend yet more points unlocking all this stuff? Hardened machine block assembler. I believe that's what we need. Because we're going to need crystal clocks. Oh, an advanced machine block. That's what we need. So, and we might as well get the steel cutter head. And let's see. I'm going to unlock these already, even though we're not going to really be using them yet. Not quite yet. Nano disintegrator would be nice, but I need a steel alloy smelter. I don't need any of these upgrades. I've already got them. Alloyed block assembler. Let's go ahead and unlock that. Transport pipe. Definitely want one of those. Everything else is good to go. So the next thing we're going to want, obviously, to bring us closer to getting that excavator is, I think, this one here. Because we need these blue lasers. And let's see. That is 50 simplified, 50 basic. And 25. Do I have? I do not. I'm going to need to go down and get some more titanium. But yeah, copper and tin are going great. Let's see. Let's drop off the garbage that I've got. I kind of love this thing. This thing is great. All right. So this setup is actually working pretty good. But we're going to want some advanced machine blocks in order to build the auto excavator. But we need that research first. So 50 simplified is 100 and 300. So let's get some of these out. It's 400 of each. So it's a full... I'm going to double check that just because. Yep. 50 simplified and 50 basic. So should we take care of the basics first? 100 and 300. And let's advance power grid and go. So it's ready to go. And all 50 of those will bring it along. And as it gets closer, you know, once these empty out, I can go ahead and fill them up with my tin, and it should be good. Then it's just 50 or 25 of the titanium, which brings me to the point of why I tore this area down over here. Even though we had our conveyor lines really well covered with turrets, those Minox were actually able to grab material off the belt before that they were destroyed. And we ran into a problem. I noticed it as I was figuring out this mine. Yeah, I died. How do you die right here, you may ask? Well, you die right there by slingshotting yourself up about half a kilometer and having nothing else to grapple onto when you fall. That's how you die right there. So if we go down here, is it this far down or is it another one? Yeah, there it is. There's the hive right there. So this is the hive it was being fed, and it started growing. And it's growing crazy. It started growing into where our mine shaft is going into. So I had to put a stop to that post haste, and because it really started growing, even though all my lasers were killing them pretty much as soon as they would spawn. But they just... Okay, what did I take? There we go. So we need to grab some titanium and get that smelting. Might as well grab all the other ores while I'm down here. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ow. Oh, let my vision clear up a little bit. I should have lit this up. Oh, yeah, I did. Excellent. So I'm going to first go grab my nickel. I did mine this out a little bit. I was feeling a little claustrophobic in here. So I mined it out, lit it up. That way you guys can see sort of the path to the nickel. And right now it's, you know, it's kind of a circuitous route, but... Let Arthur charge me back up. Come on, Arthur. I hear Camelbot. Okay, how many was that? That wasn't actually very many. Okay, let's go grab the titanium, the thing that we really need, which is just sort of a hop, skip, and away. It's up a little ways from here, where I kind of burrowed through our gold. Back down. Okay. And I color coded these. Blue for titanium. Here we go. Out of space. So that was 200, which is 100 bars. Let me add power to this guy. Yeah, that hive got very dangerously close to overcoming where I was building. That thing is so close to the surface, I probably will end up blowing it up the first chance I get. But you need resin. Oh, what am I going down for? I need to go up. You need resin to actually create a chargeable explosive. So... Whee! Onto something. See how you slingshot your way out? Yeah, I slingshot, and I was so high that I tried to grapple onto this little thing right here, but there was no prayer. I was falling so fast. Yeah, that was an interesting death. Okay, let's charge this up with our titanium. And is this all out? Yes. Okay, so we're getting some more titanium. This is good. It's very good. We've got some nickel to go around and a little bit of gold. Just building up some of our resources here for future use. Do I have any more garbage on me? Nope. Awesome. So you can see, basics is already half done. So this is about 50, and this is about 150, and give or take. This one's just a little bit faster, this setup here. They're almost identical, almost in sync, except this one is just a little faster. All right, so for the advanced machine block, can we build that yet? Okay, advanced machine block assembler. We're gonna need low-grade steel bars. So we're gonna need, that's gonna use a bit of our nickel. So I want one of these. And we don't have crystal. Do we have a crystal clock maker? We don't. So how are we supposed to make advanced machine blocks if we don't have a crystal clock maker? Did I miss that in here somewhere? I did not. So it's not in here. Where? No, come on. I exited out. Click off. There we go. Where is the crystal clock maker? Crystal Dynamics. I bet you this one was it. Yep. Crystal clock maker. So we need Crystal Dynamics as well in order to finish this off. So, goody, goody, goody. Just yet another research that we have to do. See, we need hardened machine blocks here for these, and we don't have hardened machine blocks yet. I'd love to be able to tube up, some of our resources, but I would need hundreds of these, which we don't have the ability. So 45 complex, that's lithium. We've got those covered. 55 intermediate, we've got those covered as well. So we've got just enough to finish that off. Otherwise, I'd have to go down and bring up a load of resources or a load of those ores in order to finish it off. Until we can get it automated, that is. I am looking to build some cargo lifts, but I'd like to have my excavator to be able to dig, because they're just almost perfectly in line with this. So my iron is like right here, my lithium is like right here. So if I could bring those up with a cargo lift, it would be absolutely perfect. And we're just continually building up our copper and tin supplies for future use. So we're kind of down to the wire here. Let's put some gold in just to keep it running. I don't anticipate needing too much more gold. But with the steel alloy smelter, this should be fairly straightforward. I'm going to put this over here. Do I have a battery? I do. So we have this hopper right here that has infused coal. I'm going to put a battery here. And then the steel bar smelter on top. And I can bring over fuel for this thing. I think this uses 50 power per second. So we just need 3 of these. That's 20, 40, 60 power per second. So that's plenty. Okay, in right here. And we want, do I have a turntable? I don't. Of course not. Other than a turntable, I could use like a tiny, tiny hopper. Stars 10 resources. I think that might be wise. Just have a little bit of a backup buffer over here. That way, both of these can come off of this one. Like that. Okay, so that will power that thing. Now I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I have edited my steel alloy smelter because it takes 2 bars in, it puts 2 bars out. So 1 is nickel and 1 is iron. So I want to put, let's see, remove only, add only. We'll make sure I do that before I forget. So it wants 1 iron and 1 nickel. So let's put an iron in one and a nickel in the other. And it goes ahead and pumps out low-grade steel bars. This is great. And the power should keep up just fine. And this thing still needs... Oh, we're on simplified already. Nice. So 100, 300. I should have been watching that. I kind of missed out on a little bit of time. I could add another set of hoppers on these, or I could add a whole new set of these, and we will. When I finally get to the point where I'm comfortable with moving everything, we're going to start organizing our factory. Once I also know where all of our ores are going to come up, that will dictate a lot of where our factory is going to go, all that kind of stuff. So wherever the titanium is at, gold and nickel, the final nickel spot, pretty much have iron and lithium, copper and tin pretty much set. Nickel is the biggest question mark. I'm not sure about nickel. So there's 70 low-grade steel bars. And I should be able to build the advanced machine block crafter. So this thing, I don't think we'll be able to use it yet because we actually need crystal clocks for this. And let's get a couple hoppers. So we need a crystal clock and a low-grade steel bar in order to make the advanced machine blocks. But we can't make crystal clocks yet because we don't have that crystal dynamics researched. So it's unfortunate that one research unlocks something that you can't actually make. It's kind of a weird system. I know a lot of people fight against the research system. My basic philosophy is you just research it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here, and there are certain things that are a little bit more important. I mean, advanced power grid would be nice. Okay, this one would be nice. This is what we're going to do first. It'll unlock our blue lasers. That's what we want this one for. But all those other things we can't actually really use. These jet turbine housing is pretty pointless right now because we have no fuel for these. The organic solar panel we can't build because we don't have any organic parts to do anything with. So, intermediate minor upgrades, this is pretty basic. VFL would be nice, but that requires so much power. Advanced logistics would really not help us much other than giving us a chargeable explosive, which we can't build anyway because we don't have any resin. So an advanced defense would also be nice, but these missile turrets, these turrets here require specific eyes to build, which we don't have very many of. And missiles, we're a little ways away from missiles because we need fuel for those. So we actually need to go down to the toxic layer and figure out where some biomass is, go down a little deeper. But because that huge gold deposit is right in the way of our mine shaft, I'm not really sure how we're going to get around that. It might just be a blocker until I smelt or extract all of that ore and smelt it all. Which, 11 million ore, that's going to give us 5 million gold bars. I could not imagine having 5 million gold bars in my inventory. I'd be rich. But there's our steel bar smelter. We are going crazy fast with that. Got lots and lots of steel bars. All right, but that'll have to do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.